Hi guys, welcome. Thanks again for watching. Today what I'm going to do is show you the 3, possibly 5 exercises and stretches that I typically recommend and do myself for knee pain and running injuries. These are the best exercises or best protocols that I follow to ensure that you're in optimal shape to avoid injury and to make sure that you're improving the strength of the overall area of the body that you're working on, or the overall structures that you're working on. And we'll go into them right now. So this exercise is for stretching your hamstrings. So again, this is more like a rehab protocol as opposed to like a warm-up. So you should be doing this if you know you have a hamstring injury, or potentially looking to prevent that kind of further tear. So you might just have a bit of a cramp or just some tension that you're looking to release. So what you would do is you would assume this position. So you can't see, but my foot is actually on a couch. So let me just change that. So foot's on a couch, upper body is nice and upright, and basically what I do is I have a bent knee, so I take pressure off my sciatic nerve, which is a big nerve that travels down the back of the leg, down into the foot. Anyway, so you bend your knee, and instead of doing a straight leg hamstring stretch like this, essentially what you're doing is you're just kind of pushing your butt backwards as if you're trying to have good form for a squat or a deadlift, and then you essentially hold that until you get the stretch through here. Now it's very important that you get the stretch in this part of your leg and not down into the calf or behind the knee. So you can kind of twist in and out like that, nice and slowly, making sure that you're not holding your breath and I'm not slouching forward like that. So my body's upright, and basically I'm just kind of pushing my butt back and then waiting for that nice stretch through there. If I want to progress this exercise, basically what I do is I push my foot into the table as if I'm trying to bend my knee. So I'm trying to do this movement, but basically I hold that muscle contraction. So I'm basically activating the hamstring muscles while they're under a stretch. I hold this for 2 to 3 seconds, then I release and go deeper into the stretch. And again, pushing my foot kind of in this direction, but no movement. This is an isotonic contraction. And then basically you release again after 3 to 4 seconds, sometimes 5, and then you go again. And you want to do this about 3 to 5 times, depending on how much tension or how injury prone you think you might be. And again, so this basically, even though it is a hamstring stretch, it does help the overall leg strength and mobility to avoid any kind of knee injuries, in particular with the hamstring, because it can actually, well, not it can, it does actually attach to some of the fibers attached to the meniscus. So you want to avoid any kind of friction in that meniscal tissue, and then basically the attachments as it runs over the knee also provide support. So you want to make sure that your hamstring fibers are functioning to their full capacity. Okay, next one. Okay guys, next exercise here is basically to work on all different groups of the quadricep muscle fibers. So, your VMO, your intermedius, your lateralis, and even your kind of rectus femoris muscle. So, and a little bit of the adductors as well. But basically the whole kind of anterior thigh muscle group is very important for any kind of knee control stability, whether it's running or your football, any sport that requires long-term movement of the leg, or kind of sideways agility more movements. Hey guys, so this is the foam roller for your knee and patella. So basically like this, you can lie flat like this. I just don't have the space today. So basically you want to make sure you have that full extension of the knee, not coming up halfway. You want to make sure that push the big toe up as high as you can, so you're really activating that whole quad. And ideally you do it with shorts so you can actually see what pattern your muscles are activating in. And ideally you'd want in about the same time or slightly before your VMO to be contracting with the rest of the quadricep muscles. Okay, so you're basically nice and slow on the way up, nice and slow on the way back down. And you want to do anywhere from 10 to 20 reps depending on your kind of fitness and your progression level. And then from there, what you can then start to do is when you get to the top, you can lift the leg up make sure it doesn't roll away. Lift the leg up, bring it back down nice and slow. You can hold it there, rolling out and rolling in. This starts to work more through the glutes and the hip, but also in through the abductors as well. Making sure that you're not shaking, you've got full control. If you start to lose control, you need to release the leg and come back down. This really helps to strengthen up the quads, and that kind of rotational movement through there just adds in that three-dimensional component. And what we're trying to do here is to have that good patellar control, so that when you're running and doing agility exercises, that there's no kind of patellar tracking issues, which is probably one of the key things I have to deal with in clinical practice. Anyway, on to the next video. Okay guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how I generally release my calf muscles, and it's with this guy here. And can you see me? And if you don't know what a lacrosse ball is, then you're missing out, because they're one of the best kind of self-massage release products you can get your hands on. And for about 6 to 7 pounds, or about 12 Australian dollars, you can get yourself basically an indestructible massage tool that you can use pretty much anywhere. So what you want to do is you want to either work on kind of the lateral head, or the outside portion, or the inner portion. For me, on my right leg, the lateral portion always seems, and the kind of perineals always seem to tighten up more. So I tend to basically either do that and then just kind of go into a bit of knee flexion. This isn't the best angle to show you, but you get the point. And then basically you're just doing nice slow pulses of the ankle. Let me show you a slightly better angle.